Step one when you're coming to play Tot Hill Farm is appreciate the beauty and then forget about it. Because if you look around and gawk, you'll forget to play golf. But there's a lot of strategy to Tot Hill Farm. There are multiple ways to play every golf hole. Mike said in his interviews that there are probably 10 ways to play each hole here. First few times I played the golf course, I was overwhelmed by the visual deception and the beauty. But now that I've played it and I understand it, there's a lot of strategy to Tot Hill Farm.
Check out the men's locker room here at Tot Hill. Little card table, shower, toilet. That's all you need. It's cool.
Could not be more excited for this one. Talk about a comeback story. It's amazing what they've done. We're going to take you guys through the restoration here. But the other thing is, you guys know we love Strantz courses. This will be the third we've played. Each one is very unique in its character. You can see the vibe here. An old farmhouse, tons of elevation. It's going to be a special day. I am so excited for this one.
The first hole at Tot Hill Farm, as Mike does with a lot of his golf courses, the first tee shot is pretty dramatic. You've got a 5-story drop from the teeing area down to the fairway. Again, with a Strantz golf course, it doesn't look like you have as much fairway to work with, but once you are actually in the fairway, you realize it's over 50 yards wide. It gives you ample fairway to hit your tee shot into.
Well, we got one shot in without the rain.
Just one.
So initially when the golf course was built, Mike had that entire left side and that hill bank was just covered in mulch, and it was beautiful. But then with heavy rains, that would create an issue, agronomically for the maintenance crew to have to keep throwing it back up on the hill. And then over time, over 20 years, there just tons of overgrowth took that over with trees. You couldn't even see that hill. In fact, it made it a much more tough tee shot because anything down the left side would get gobbled up in the trees. And Mike again was trying to feed everything back down the fairway to make it easy on the first tee shot. And so now they've gone in, we've planted some native grasses and such over there to kind of fill that in and really beautify that hillside, and still keeping the sight line open up all the way to the first green.
Oh, gotta hit that, and that was good. All right. Hang on. Oh, she's good. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I got the old Strantz kick there. Yeah.
Strantz in a good way.
Yep.
He's thanking you for being a loyal customer.
Thank you, Mike.
And a fan.
Mike Strantz, a golf course architect, in 1998 when he started the project here at Tot Hill Farm, he was voted Golf Course Architect of the Year. And when he finished the project in 2000, Mike was recognized as one of the greatest golf course architects of all time. Intriguing because at the time, Mike was probably 45 years old, and he'd only had 8 golf courses or 7 golf courses under construction that he had done. But he was an artistic genius. He was a commercial artist by trade. He also had a background in golf course agronomy. And he put the two together and he made some really special golf courses. And we really feel like Tot Hill Farm is one of them.
What's going to be the key to a good score out here, Mike?
Play within yourself. Play smart. Play smart. Don't there'll be 10 different ways to play a golf hole. You got to match. You got to suit it to your game. You can't get out here and think it's your Greg Norman and be trying to take it where you shouldn't and then complain because this is a terrible golf course.
All right, Greg. What's up with this rock here? It's a big rock.
The rock is, as you can tell, it was here before the golf course.
Yeah, I bet.
And I think Mike uses it as a big curtain to hide the hole from you. So
he doesn't want you to see it, huh?
Yeah, and he wants to reveal it to you when you're on the tee.
So what do we have behind it there? It is a par 3, right?
It is a par 3. It's about 185-yard par 3 from the tips.
And that's all you're going to tell me right now. All right, I got to go up there and reveal. So let's go reveal. There's our rock.
So you're telling us that Mike even squeezed the tee box in there, huh?
Yeah, he did. got to reside the back tee up there again, but it's a fun shot from up there.
I love the curtain. It like literally does block your view. You cannot see what's lying ahead.
The rock, the par 3, was recognized by Golf Digest as one of the best designs of a golf hole since the year 2000. As you approach the rock, you see a giant boulder, probably 2 stories tall in front of you, and it hides the golf hole from you. So you really don't get to see the golf hole till you step out past the boulder. And what you see is a downhill par 3, 185 yards from the tips, and the green is surrounded by a creek on the front, left and right, with a giant bunker on your right. The green is one of the largest greens you've ever seen. It's about 13,000 square feet, and it gives a lot of different options of how to play the hole.
We were just seeing for perspective how far this tee box has come. I mean, you had a lot in front of you trying to work on that.
Let me tell you, yeah, a lot of tee boxes were overgrown with trees, and that's full of roots. Obviously, you can see you could not even grow grass.
That is this one we are on right here.
This one we're on right now.
Look at it nice.
Yeah, nice work. I would
So
say
taking some of those trees out gives the light a chance to hit it and let it grow in.
As the zoysia rep told us, he said you can't grow grass in a closet, which is true. You know, and so this box, you know, trees, really we added about 8 yards of length back here. This was all surrounding trees.
So now getting rid of those trees also gives you the opportunity to open the tee box up bigger.
More room, bigger tee box.
So now then you can move the tees, more options.
Right, exactly.
And that's why sometimes trees have to go.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were, you know, they weren't big mature trees, but they were enough to, and they all kind of grew up after the golf courses opened up. So it was just all aftergrowth, really.
So first round, fresh out of the box with the new SM10s. And I tell you what, they feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, that last bunker shot with my new 59-degree wedge might be my best bunker shot of the season so far. And that little 48 up the hill felt good.
Yeah, it looked good.
It's good to have them at the perfect time and get them in the bag for a couple of big rounds.
do it.
Bang!
That's it.
That lip out on the last one.
That's it, man.
I think to me what's so wild is that this is so different than the other Strantz courses we've played, yet it's so characteristically Mike Strantz, if that makes sense. It's just like some of the stuff he's done here is stuff that you'd think a lot of other more traditional golf course architects wouldn't have gambled and tried. I mean, just looking at the green complex here, you could see what I mean. But yet it's so different. It doesn't feel like a copy and paste from anything else that Strantz has done that we've played. So really cool, and it just makes me even more excited to get more Strantz courses played, and we're hoping to play another one later this year. This is what they call getting Strantz.
This is Strantz.
This is it right here.
No, because the minute...
Right, you're gonna smack into that rock.
Right.
You almost have to either take it unplayable or play it out the other way.
Play it on the front edge of the green over there.
There's no way to go straight up, right?
I mean, you're gonna trash that brand new wedge.
Oh,
Never say there's no way, right?
wow.
Up and over.
Up and over.
Well, I had the idea, just gotta hit it a little harder. Okay, just tell us what we got on this hole.
So we got another stunning par 3 by Strantz, about 165 yards. We had, when we took over, just about this entire creek bed that flows from tee to green was covered up with trees and overgrowth. You couldn't even see it. In fact, you couldn't even get to the back pin placement on the left side of the green from the tee box because the trees had kind of encroached so much. So as you'll see, it's all cleared out, beautiful view. See the outcropping Strantz put in place, special par 3.
Good shot.
Forrest was looking for a horse to ride while they were designing Tot Hill Farm. And he and Mike and the wives went out looking for horses. And they found a horse for Forrest, but they also found a small mini horse. And he was brown. And the owner was saying, hey, this horse is really close to going to the glue factory. And so they negotiated with him and bought him and brought him back. They realized that he was filthy, and they washed him. He was actually white. And they named him Little Man, and they made him the official mascot of Tot Hill Farm.
Oh, hey, fellas. Who you got here?
This is our mascot.
Mascot.
What's his name?
This is Little Man. Say something, Little Man. Come on. Hey, buddy. Good boy. Come on, say something. He's our mascot.
So Little Man would be at house really close, his stable's really close to 9 Green, and they named that hole after him. Now, playing the hole itself is a short par 4. It's a dog-leg right, and once you get your ball in the fairway, the adventure's just begun. You got about a 14-yard elevation that you need to add to your to your second shot, and you have to play a very precise short iron into the green.
Oh, tried to hammer it home. Oh, baby. Come on. Come on. Hey. Oh, it's on there. It's on there. Woo! Putt for eagle.
That's awesome.
And when they first opened the golf course, these obviously greens connected, and over time, to stop balls from rolling all the way down to 12, they grew up a little rough in the middle. So when we resided these greens with the Prism Zoysia, we kept it the same. We just raised it up a little bit.
Okay.
The balls will stop, but yeah, this one stayed on the back lower tier.
I mean, there's no shortage of trouble. You miss right, you're gone. You miss long, you're gone. You miss left, you're kind of gone.
Yes, very much so. Now, the trouble is, if I'd have gone farther, there's a drop area for me to pull it off 12 and bring it up.
Okay.
But I've got to putt this one.
You got to putt this one.
Which is going to be lovely.
Let's see it. Come on. That's the right idea, it's just harder. Yeah.
Go back. Stop.
Turn. Oh. All right.
All right.
Okay. Oh, you stop now. You stop. Where are you going?
Where you going is right.
It just kept rolling back till it disappeared. Mike Strantz got me here, so I got it up here. Ball landed here, just shy of pin high. And they got this so tight, she rolled all the way back into the water.
Yeah.
So, goes from a par to a double bogey real quick.
Every planning session, we revolved around one central thing, and that was Mike Strantz was recognized as one of the greatest golf architects of the 20th century of all time. We have access to all of the video and pictures of the original construction. Our goal was to dedicate ourselves to bringing back Mike's vision as best we could, because we felt, and we still do believe, Mike's a genius in what he does and what he did.
Oh, it didn't break. Okay.
Which rock was placed?
Yeah, we got to guess. You said there's one rock on this hole that was placed?
Yep. And the reason being is what he did when he would take a topo map, he would figure out the routing of the course, and then he would go back to the studio and he would draw the tee shot and the approach shot, sketching it out. So when he came here, he wanted to make sure that it matched his sketch.
I'm gonna say that big old mossy one in the middle. That big turtle top, green top one.
It's the jagged one sticking out on the right. Looks like it goes.
Oh yeah, like
that thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All because he drew it, so it had to match it.
He goes. They kept, as they were building, they kept looking and looking, and they found it and they put it in place.
Look at this. Spin right.
All right. Thank you. On. Yeah. One of the main challenges was hole 15 waterfall, short par 3. It's one of our signature holes. It actually has a working waterfall, but it's artificial. It's about a 5-story waterfall. So one of the challenges is how to make a waterfall function again. So learning the mechanics of that, working with contractors, and learning that there are actual vendors in the country that work with artificial waterfalls all the time.
Be the one. Oh, going. Oh!
Oh, great shot.
Thanks.
Oh! Played a big old cut. Carry it.
Yeah, carry it. Come down. Come down. Go in the hole for the tross.
Climbing hills.
Yeah, that 3 a.m. wake up, 5 a.m. flight. It don't matter, whatever it is.
Right. 3 a.m. wake up call this morning. He leaves an eagle short. What an idiot.
He calls himself an idiot.
Who does that?
Good birdie though.
I had the great line and everything.
Everything.
I'll take the birdie.
My personal favorite is hole 17, the road hole. It gives you a lot of options off the tee. In fact, you feel as if you're hitting out anywhere you wish. But what you're missing out on is the strategy necessary to play the golf hole. Play out to the right, it's safe, but you're probably not gonna make that great of a score. You have the marshes on your left, you have to go closer to the left off the tee, and that gives you a better angle for an approach shot. Where you're faced with an elevated green that has about a 21-yard long false front, and you got a rock wall like the road hole on your right. So it's just a really challenging golf hole with a ton of design in it that can really change a match as you're coming down towards the 18th hole.
Perfect. That's perfect. Love it.
I'm sure you do.
What's not to like?
What they did with the restoration here at Tot Hill Farm is definitely something to tip your cap to. It's just the whole vibe from front to back is something that it'll definitely go down high up in my top experiences at a golf course.
Oh!
And I'm just so glad that this one was
Really
saved.
enjoyed it.
Thanks, guys.
Really enjoyed it.
Pleasure.
You're very
Thanks,
welcome.
Greg.
You're very
That was
welcome.
going to be a very memorable round.
Anytime.